In the fading town of Valley View, Roy Edwards, a 58-year-old master mechanic, faced eviction and unpaid bills, including his daughter Sarah's college tuition. The once thriving Main Street was now lined with shuttered stores, and Fletcher's auto repair, where Roy worked, teetered on the brink of foreclosure. As corporate chain Autoprime loomed, threatening to buy out the garage, a silver lining appeared. Wealthy collector Walter Peaton arrived with his 1936 Duesenberg Model J, a $1 million car with an engine problem that 7 experts couldn't fix. Roy's journey to solve this mechanical mystery would not only save his livelihood but also uncover a hidden legacy, transforming his life and Valley View forever. Roy pulled his rusted pickup into Fletcher's cracked lot at dawn, his arthritis flaring in the chilly morning. The faded garage sign mirrored Valley View's decline. Inside, the smell of oil and metal greeted him like an old friend. Calvin Fletcher, the 62-year-old owner, shuffled in, his bad hip slowing him. "Bank won't extend the loan," Calvin said grimly. "Autoprime's offering to buy us out." Roy nodded, arranging his tools with practiced precision. "Control what you can," his mentor Benjamin Tucker had taught. Sarah's tuition bill, 3 months overdue, weighed heavily on Roy's mind, but he focused on the day's work. A Buick at 9. A truck needing a new transmission. The phone rang, breaking the silence. Calvin's eyebrows rose as he listened. "Walter Peaton," he whispered to Roy after hanging up. "The car collector, bringing a 36 Duesenberg with an engine issue. Nobody's fixed it." Roy's heart flickered with hope. A job like this could buy them time. When Peaton arrived that afternoon, his sleek Mercedes contrasted with the garage's worn facade. At 70, Peaton exuded authority in a cashmere sweater, his wife Lucille's silver hair gleaming beside him. The Duesenberg, unveiled from its cover, was a midnight blue masterpiece, its chrome sparkling. "It's beautiful," Roy said reverently. Peaton explained. The engine ran for 10 minutes, then died inexplicably. Experts suggested replacing it, but that would ruin its value. Roy listened to the engine's purr, sensing its voice. "I'll need 3 weeks," he said. Peaton, skeptical but intrigued by Roy's quiet confidence, agreed. Roy dove into the challenge, working late with diagrams from the town library. Sarah, 21, brought him lunch, her tired eyes reflecting her diner job and engineering studies. "You're pushing too hard," Roy said. "Wonder where I learned that," she replied, eyeing the Duesenberg's disassembled engine. Javier Morales, the shop's young mechanic, joined Roy, eager to learn. "They don't teach this in tech school," Javier said, marveling at the engine's craftsmanship. Roy shared Benjamin's wisdom. Feel the engine. Listen to it. Meanwhile, Autoprime's Donald Patterson visited, increasing his buyout offer by 15%. Calvin wavered, but Roy stayed focused on the car. Days later, Benjamin, now 73, inspected the engine. "Thermal expansion," he suggested, noting the tight tolerances. Roy lacked the equipment to test this, but Dr. Francis Howard at Valley View Community College offered thermal imaging tools. With Francis's help, Roy and Sarah ran tests, spotting uneven heating in the rear cylinder block. Expansions causing misalignment, Roy realized. That night, Roy's home was broken into, with only old repair notes stolen. Sheriff Richard Barnes found no leads, but Roy suspected a link to the Duesenberg. Sitting by the engine, Roy recalled Benjamin's advice. Sometimes the problem's what isn't there. Comparing specs, he found a non-standard oil transfer sleeve, its subtle difference causing failure at operating temperature. Roy drove to Carson City to source a similar part from Franklin Hughes, a retired restorer. Back at Benjamin's workshop, Roy, Sarah, Javier, and Benjamin modified the sleeve to exact specs. By midnight, they succeeded. The next morning, Roy installed it, and the engine ran flawlessly past its usual failure point. As they celebrated, Patterson and Mayor Harris arrived, pushing eminent domain to seize the garage for Autoprime's Valley View Commons. Peaton returned unexpectedly, driving the Duesenberg perfectly. "Remarkable," he said, offering Roy a private drive to discuss a proposition. On a scenic overlook, Peaton revealed his plan, a vintage car restoration facility with Roy as head mechanic and part owner. Quality recognizes quality, Peyton said, noting Roy's unique skill. Roy hesitated, loyal to Calvin, but Peyton urged him to consider it. Back home, Sarah reported another break-in, leaving a threatening note. Stop work on the car. It included Duesenberg specs, suggesting someone feared Roy's discovery. Roy drove to Peyton's estate, finding it gated and guarded. Slipping through, he saw armed men and Lucille sneaking into a garage housing the Duesenberg. Inside, Lucille explained, the car once belonged to Treasury Secretary William Morrison, rumored to have hidden bribery records from the 1932 banking crisis in it. Federal agents were investigating, and private investigators, hired by implicated families, were behind the threats. FBI agent Robert Keller confirmed Peyton's cooperation in a historical corruption probe. The non-standard sleeve Roy replaced held microfilm, a tamper-evident seal hiding Morrison's records. You fixed a mechanical problem and revealed what we sought, Peyton said. As Patrick Morgan, a rival collector tied to the scandal's descendants, stormed the estate, Roy, Peyton, and Lucille fled to an FBI safe house. There, Roy learned Morgan's group sought the microfilm, believing it implicated current senators and a judge. Keller allowed Roy to return to Valley View with Agent Davis, posing as an investor, to maintain normalcy. At a town council meeting, Patterson pushed eminent domain, but Peyton arrived with a competing proposal, a restoration center preserving local businesses. Residents, including Calvin, spoke against Autoprime's plan. Roy overheard Patterson admit Morgan's operation was compromised, prompting Autoprime to withdraw. The council shelved eminent domain, favoring Peyton's plan. 3 months later, Peyton Classic Restorations opened in a transformed warehouse, with Roy as technical director, Calvin managing a partnered service center, and Sarah leading an apprenticeship program. The Duesenberg story drew clients nationwide, and Elena Wright, a magnate, offered Sarah an internship and Roy a new challenge, her rare Talbert Lago. At the grand opening, Roy spoke. Every machine has a story if you listen. The Duesenberg's solution was hidden in plain sight, found through patience and skill. Surrounded by Sarah, Calvin, Javier, and Benjamin, Roy felt Dorothy's pride. From near ruin, he'd built a legacy of craftsmanship, proving that integrity and expertise could triumph over any challenge.